in the Xfinity side of things. And of course, up in the broadcast booth tonight, it is always everyone's favorite, the Fighting Now, aka Jake, calling all the action for you. And tonight, it's going to be a very special night because I have not only not one, but also two Cup Series drivers. And I think this might be my first time getting a chance to work with this guy. But he has done so tremendous in the Cup Series, and he's been doing an amazing job in the booth. Hope us welcome Hendrick's own Mr. Papa Musa. Papa, how's it going, buddy?
It's been going great.
Man, I'm so excited. I think this might be our first time we get a chance to work together. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but either way, though, very excited. And of course, I gotta save the best for last because this gentleman is not only my teammate, but of course, this guy has brought so much fun to the booth. And of course, he's done so much. He did a tremendous job last week at Auto Club, and of course, we'll see how things go for him tonight. Help me welcome in Roush's own Big Jim.
Appreciate you, Jake. Always love being up in the booth with you, and I don't think I've ever called a race with Papo either, but I know that he's been killing it in the booth lately, so excited to go with it.
Hey, I'm very excited, and of course, in case you guys missed the last week's crazy action at Richmond, it was IFU that got the job done. That Heredia said that he believes so much in this kid, and by God, Jim, the kid got it done at Richmond. Talk about how much momentum he goes into it, especially when it comes to a very crazy track like Road America.
There was a lot of talk about IFU in the off season. I think I remember Penske, they dropped a really good driver to get IFU. They traded him off, and they got IFU, and they were really excited for what he brought to the table. And you saw it at Richmond last week. A lot of speed all race long. The week before, he had a couple run-ins, but he was fast there too. He's a talent. He's the guy to look out for every single week.
Exactly, and of course, Papo, talk about this. There's always been like a lot of high stakes races, and of course, this is being our first road course race of the season. We've seen so many different types of driving styles over the last couple of weeks, but talk about how much all these drivers need to be prepared, especially for a track like Road America.
Well, as we know, road courses cause like a lot of chaos as well as super speedways. And if I were some of these drivers who are road course riggers, I would take this like a super speedway. I'll take this as a ticket to move on to the playoffs. Okay, this is like one of the most intense road courses that I know in NASCAR and the schedule in general. And I know a lot of these drivers have been putting a lot of work in the lab, as some say. And I really do think this would show the best of the best when it comes to talent-wise.
Yeah, and not to mention that this is the last race before we head into our break next week. Because in case you guys don't know, next Thursday it'll be the actual NASCAR Cup Series Daytona Duels. So yet a lot of us do not want to miss any of that action. So we're gonna take a break next week. But yeah, when we come back in 2 weeks, we'll go to the Lady in Black herself, Darlington, and that's gonna be a great one to call. It's gonna be a fun one to call. So let's go ahead and get to our current standings at the moment. Like I said before, with IFU winning last week's race, he does now take over the lead right now as far as the Xfinity Series. Right behind him is McCard in third, Killer XL, fourth, Speed Racer, Masopes in fifth, Eric sixth, Kenny Latour in seventh, T-Bird in eighth, JoJo Siwa in ninth, and Person in the top 10. And Jim, I'm going to talk to you about that top 10. There's been a lot of great drivers, and of course, some that has the most momentum compared to others. Which driver out of that list do you see have themselves a really good run here tonight?
Well, you talk about road courses, you can't go without talking about Kenny. And he is, I think, the defending winner here, either him or Tiger. Those guys are almost unbeatable at Road America and all the road courses on the schedule. But I'm also looking out for Killer XL. I think he's going to have a good run. Joe Gibbs Racing has been in the lab, putting in the work, going everywhere basically. I don't know if they practice, but I think that they've had this one circled on the schedule for a long time. Killer will be fast. And finally, I got to say, McCard having a really, really solid season so far. It seems like every single broadcast you're seeing that car up front. So I'll be keeping my eye on the 9 car tonight.
Exactly, and of course, real quick though, I do want to get to a comment section. What's going on, everyone? Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight because this is going to be a fun race. It's going to be a great race to call. So grab some popcorn, grab some Mountain Dew, grab whatever because this is about to be a fun race. And of course, Papo, like I said before, when it comes to these guys in the top 10 standings right now, we're all looking at Kenny at the moment, especially when it comes to how good he is at road courses. But is there anyone in particular outside of Kenny that you're catching your eye on to see if you can be able to have a good run to here tonight?
Oh yes, I see a lot of drivers at top 10 who have cup experience and are Xfinity veterans. Obviously, we got masopes in fifth.
Mhm.
I raced with him about a season in Cup, and he was very, very fast. I mean, he was getting top 10s easily. We got always Eric, who I believe he was actually one of the first guys to make noises about his lap times in the Cup Series, not Cup Series, Xfinity Series. Last year he did run Cup, and he also did get a win, so he does have that Cup experience as well. So Masopes and Eric is on my list, and an underdog I think going on to this race is actually going to be JoJo. Um, Also a very, very talented driver, very fast. Maybe not quite where he wants to be in the standings, but it's still early in the season, and I know he would definitely bump himself up at least top five by the end of the regular season.
Very well said. And of course, something that we got to talk about before we get to who we predict as far as our race winners, because we're seeing a lot of those in the comment section right now, is that for the drivers, I think there are no cautions, I believe, at the moment here at road courses. You can correct me if I'm wrong there, Jim. And of course, no corner cutting. Now, I remember I got a chance to talk to the Xfinity guys earlier on. They talked about that. It's going to be a little bit difficult, especially with how tricky it is to cut here at Road America. So, Jim, I mean, you've raced at road courses so many times. I mean, is there anything that these drivers have to be aware of here today?
Road America is a very tricky racetrack. It's got a lot of high speed straightaways where you're having to get on the brakes. In this game, the brakes kind of just throw your car into a certain direction if you don't control it. So you might see some guys get into the grass a little bit. Thankfully, our race control Joker is going to be keeping an eye on that. He's going to be issuing warnings akin to what you see in the Formula One real life series. So I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal, but you will see some guys get off to the grass. It's a very technical racetrack.
Yeah, and of course, I have to mention the news as far as what went down. Of course, some driver changes is that when it comes to Brody, I mean, we saw him last week. He had a difficult run at Auto Club in the Cup Series. Well, things have changed now because now he's going to be racing in the 16. He was supposed to race at Iowa tonight, but instead he's going to be racing as a new member of the Xfinity Series. So, Papo, when it comes to these drivers changing, especially when it comes to them changing series, you know, how much pressure do you think that puts on them the fact that they're going to a brand new series? Because we've known Brody ever since we started. He's been mostly in the Cup Series, but now he goes to a different series like Xfinity.
Well, that's a good point. First of all, I like to say this: a lot of these drivers do race with drivers in own series and other series. I mean, we pretty much like a family. Most of us here are active in many other series and are used to each other. And I think moving to a different series, especially come from Trucks or Xfinity, the competitiveness goes up higher because you got Xfinity drivers who been there for a little while. You've got Cup guys who went down for a season or two, and it does bring a lot of pressure. Um, like I said, we're all talented here. Even if you're the last guy on the track, there's a lot of talent behind that. To be competitive in this league. So um, I do think it does bring a lot of pressure, and a lot of people do prevail. Like Free Ifu,
Yeah.
he came out of nowhere, leading the series. Could have won Daytona, very close to Daytona, and just recently getting that win in Richmond. So it's not like it's impossible to win when you're come up to a new series, but it's difficult.
Yeah, 100%. And I definitely think that all of our eyes are going to be peaked on when it comes to Brody. And something I do got to talk about real quick is that, when it comes to these types of racing, we normally would do radio broadcast style, but for this case, we're all going to be three calling this together because we didn't have time to get a plan. So yet you'll be hearing just a regular different broadcast like you usually would hear. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about as far as race picks. Papa, I'm gonna start off with you. There's a lot of these guys that are looking really, really good out there, but yet who's gonna win tonight's race?
I believe Kenny is. I heard that he's running closer to the low 2 minute and 3 second bracket, closer to 202. I say him. This is his playground. I heard a lot of good things about him when it comes to road courses. I believe he'll get the job done on speed.
We'll definitely have to see as far as IFU, because I know a lot of eyes are going to be pointing on him, especially after what happened last week. Big Jim, I know there's a lot of guys that you see here. Some that you don't really see them being a usual road course racing driver, but yet, who do you see winning here tonight?
I'll be honest with you, I completely forgot that Eric was in the Xfinity series. He's going to be my pick. I saw him at Sonoma last season, and he put on a clinic. I forgot if it was, I think it was the Truck Series race.
Yeah, it was
though.
the Trucks, yeah.
But regardless, he put on a show and beat some really talented drivers like Shake and Bake and all those guys. So I'm going to go ahead and pick an upset. I'm going to pick always Eric.
Very well said. And of course, real quick, there was a lot of the guys that are in the comment section. Real quick, somebody said that they have IFU and Hendrick. There's a lot of these different drivers. As far as me, though, I really want to see how good Sikkim is here tonight, because I know that he's been practicing a lot here today. These last couple of days, you've seen Speed, you've seen JoJo, you've seen all these different Xfinity Series drivers, because you never know what to expect at a track like Road America. So if I had to pick somebody, it's gonna have to be JoJo, and y'all hope we'll see a good run from him. We'll definitely have to see what goes as far as our rest of our drivers. And if you guys are watching this live, or will watch this later on, if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, because we have plenty of racing. We saw what happened last night at Phoenix with the trucks, and of course we're going to be seeing it here tonight with the Xfinity Series and Road America. And of course, not to mention, can JGR go, 4 wins in a row, I believe, Big Jim? Can they be able to do that? That is going to be something that we're all going to have to tune in, because Brody's going to be calling the Cup Series race from Iowa. So you guys do not want to mess on that. Gentlemen, as we get ready to go live here soon, as far as from the racetrack, do y'all have any advice for these drivers before they head out to the racetrack?
Yep, I'm ready.
Take turn one conservatively. Do not go in there and kill somebody and go straight into the sand trap. We don't need to see that.
I got one thing. Good luck to your brakes, and hopefully someone doesn't slip on a banana peel when braking.
Yeah, no Kyle Larson breaks, please.
I would say more like no Joe Logano breaks. That's the way I would feel about it. If you guys watched the Clash last Sunday, you guys would understand from where I'm coming from. So we'll definitely have to take a look and see how things go. But overall, it's going to be a great night. We have a great booth, and we just hope that we get a chance to see some clean racing. Do you guys expect a lot of the bumper being made here tonight?
Well, if I'm Kenny, I'm not saying this as a threat, but he just better watch out, because people are gonna know how fast he is, and maybe some of them might use him up a little bit more.
Jim?
So I don't know if you're gonna see it purposefully being applied, but sometimes people have different braking points. I mean, some guys back up the corners a lot more than others. I'm telling you, Kenny, Eric, these guys that are running 203s, 204s, they are on the brakes late, man. They are getting on the brakes right there at the edge of the braking zone. Some of these other guys, they're going to be on the brakes earlier, so you might see a little bit of complications from that.
We'll definitely have to see for sure. But yet, of course, we definitely do appreciate you guys for tuning in, because we have a really exciting road course racing, the first road course race of the season. I've been doing this now for the past 6 seasons, and Jim can tell you is that you never know what to expect, especially when it comes to any race that we go to, whether if it's at tracks like Daytona, from even like Chicago, Kentucky, into road course racing such as Road America. This track's going to be a very fun one to call, and this one's going to be a very fun race. All right, we're allowed to get a chance to join. Make sure you guys pick your race winners down in the comment section, because we're getting ready to go live here very, very soon.
We have around 20 drivers currently, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe a little bit more.
This is what's going to be the fun one for it to be the case, and I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited about this one.
This league is so heavy in road course talent. I mean, we saw him do a GT7 league a while ago. Nothing like this game, but I mean, it's just road course racers, man. Everybody in here knows how to drive on a road course.
And I think if you got to think about this though, that those who actually race in the F1 series, I mean, they kind of have the advantage, especially when it comes to their braking points, especially in a stock car. So we'll definitely have to see from there. But yet, as we get things ready to go with Kenny leading us to the green, here we go, green flag in the air here at the Henry 180 at Road America.
Hey, already, is that free IFU?
That is
Qualified
IFU.
second?
That is IFU in
Ooh.
second. Kenny in first. Let's see how they go in turn one here. Oh, IFU going to the outside. Still side by
Oh, in
side.
the grass!
And
Oh!
that's going to give IFU the lead. But look, a T-Bird.
Oh, look! Kenny's falling back already early.
Look at speed.
He's able to clear right there for third. That's big for Kenny. You just want to get into a groove here and find your line.
Yeah, and Speed made a really good move right there, getting himself inside the top 5. But let's get to the top 3 here. IFU with a really good corner, but look at Kenny here.
Wow. I'm surprised already Kenny was under attack. Free IFU was able to get under him, and I wouldn't say bump him up on purpose, but he definitely did run him out a little bit of room there. So, yeah, I'm surprised already we see Free IFU. Dang, I can't speak today.
It's okay.
It's a tongue twister. But anyway, as we see, someone got off the grass in third place. Is that Jackson?
That is speed. That is speed right there. See it. We have a 3-car battle for third place with McCarr. Looks like Speed, McCard, and T-Bird for third place. And look who's inside the top 5 already. That is always Eric. There's your pick there, Big Jim.
Yeah, he's going to be fast tonight. I get a feel. Oh, big shove, 98 to the back of the 9. That was not on purpose, by the way. That's just breaking points. And they are going to be side by side for 2 rows here.
Yeah, I'm saying McCarr's not letting me go. If you saw that on Eric's hood cam, you saw that these two were side by side. And of course, look at the 68. I think that's the 68 of Hendrick. No, that's Sickum. That's trying to make the pass to Always Eric. And of course, IFU is going to be the one in the lead in this first lap here. I don't know how many laps we have here in stage number 1, but so far it is IFU, Kenny, and Speed, your current top 3 at the moment. But Kenny's getting right back to IFU's bumper here.
Now, look, one thing I always like about road course racing is we have a battle for a lead here.
Oh!
No contact. You know, if your favorite driver, it's literally like lap 2 right now.
Yep.
If your favorite driver is the back of the pack, don't worry, okay? Look, I know how road courses work. If you get back in the pack, you won't be able to put down these quick lap times as the leaders are. But the more close you get to the front of the pack, the more cleaner it gets, the more spaced out it will get. You'll be able to start putting those lap times down as we see IFU battling back to Kenny, not letting Kenny get away from him. But yeah, I would see that a lot. Your guys in the pack need to get into clean air, and you'll see the difference.
Jim?
Yeah, that is something to bring up, is that you don't have a lot of time in this race. In my opinion, through the stages, these are very short stages. It's all short run. I think there's only like 3 or 4 laps in stage 1. So you kind of do, I mean, you got 3 stages to work with, but you're also trying to get up front, at least in the top 10 by this stage in the race. I think that's kind of where you want to be. That way you don't get shipped on one of these restarts and put back in the mess.
Yeah, definitely do. I definitely do agree. Oh, it looks like there's Sickum in the grass right there, but he thankfully saves it. I think that's going to give Eric the chance for him to be able to make the pass down there to the inside, and he does. But here comes Sickum. Sickum's going to try to get back there.
Crossover.
Yeah,
What a
really
crossover.
good crossover move by Sickum. But once again, I mean, Jim, you have to think about this from the admin's point of view, that you know they're watching, make sure they ain't know any corner cutting at all. But Sickum! Where's Sickum?
Well, I don't know if you'd call that corner cutting or if that was just getting banged into the grass, but Sickum trying to save the car in the grass got all over McCard. That's going to drop them 2 spots right there.
Sickum made a crossover, and I thought he was actually getting 2 for the price of 1, but
McCard does not let anybody go by, because JoJo tried to be able to make that pass, and he did not successfully do it. Ain't Sickum and McCard teammates?
They could be. I probably should check that out.
I, I
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. But I mean, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section. That'd be really awesome. But right now you see some side-by-side battling between T-Bird and Eric. And I gotta say this, so far, I mean, besides the beating and banging, these drivers have been keeping it very clean ever since we got things started.
Yeah, I know it's a big track, and I don't think we're going to talk about lap traffic, but, you know, by chance, maybe you got one of those guys in the back get wrecked, you know, maybe have a couple of bad laps, you know. I wouldn't say anything about lap traffic, like I said, but it is something to look out for it because there are quite a few drivers in all the league races I've been into that get involved with wrecks and go a lap down, surprisingly, so.
Yeah. And Sikkim, he's not giving up on T-Bird because he keeps trying to be able to make the pass on him. But let's go ahead and get back to the lead here real quick. As far as what we're seeing is there's Brody in the 21 not having himself a really great run. But back to what I'm saying is that it is all Kenny, IFU, and Speed. And you know, I gotta say this though, if you guys are very aware with Speed Racer, we don't really see him run this good at road courses. We see him running great tracks at like Michigan, the Homestead, but here we never thought we really see the best of Speed, but here we are. I mean, what do you guys think about Speed right now?
Impressive. Hopefully he can finish the race in this position. Because I think a lot of people are going to have to realize that now maybe getting a top 5 on the oval may not be as impressive to some people, but you know, getting a top 5 or top 3 in road course with this stack of a field it's an accomplishment in my opinion.
Yep. Going for the outbreak and the crossover.
Yep, and that was a failure attempt right there between Speed, but either way though, let's go ahead and go through the field real quick. And oh, we see something going on with the 36. I'm trying to figure out who that is. And
that's masopes.
That's masopes, yeah. And look at this. Oh, sorry to cut you off, but there's a 3-car battle going on. I gotta find Nike here because we've seen looks to be JoJo, Nike, and Electric Days in the 22.
Ooh, a little bit of contact.
Oh!
54. Oh, this is getting a little spicy with the 22 and the 54. I don't think that 22 likes the M&Ms that much.
Oh, and
Wicks? Yeah, it's Wicks.
Yeah, that's Wicks, and look at Masopes using his bumper, trying to be able to get Nike out of the way. And not to mention, if you guys are in Hennessy, these both Nike and Electric Days are current admins to our Madden League, and look at Nike! Oh!
Close. Close.
Now we got a 4-car battle here. Person is getting involved with us now.
You go ahead and make it a 5-car, 6-car battle right here because they're also catching JoJo and they're being caught by someone else.
Up to the grass again.
And who's that passing him? Is that the 10 of
That is the 10. The 10 just got in the
Ty
grass
Racing.
now. Ty Racing should have capitalized there. Hit the grass a little bit and gained back the position of the soaps.
And Jesus.
Man, the 22 is being a menace right now. He is moving people out the way. It's go time. I'm assuming it's a very short stage, so he's recognized that and is starting to heat it up.
Yeah, that's going to be stage 1, fellas.
Heating it up tonight, too. Locks it up a little bit. Gets in the grass.
Yeah. And I think we'll have to see as far as the battle, but I think that Ty Racing here, Hendrick's going to be losing a lot of spots because he's about to lose a spot, and it was Killer that beat him. So that is the end of stage number 1. It looks like we got
Ballstick. Yeah. What happened to him?
I have no idea, but yet as far as the current top 5, I believe it is Kenny, IFU, Speed, I believe McCard, Ty Racing, and Sikkim. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It looks like Eric is 4th, and then whoever's in the 98.
That would be T-Bird.
T-Bird, okay. I think T-Bird might have gotten 5th place there in stage 1.
I have a question to you. To actually both of you guys. So, we obviously see how that stage planned out. Now, would we see adjustments being made?
Yeah.
And I don't know about road courses, guy. I haven't been much of an adjustment person, but when it comes to road courses, do you think the adjustments on road courses will be more beneficial than ones on ovals?
No, I think there's a lot more to it driver-wise on road courses than there is on ovals in terms of what your setup gives you. I think it's more in the driver than the setup.
And as we're from pretty much now, we're in stage 2, and of course, oh, we're seeing the 68 to 68. Oh, hey, we're seeing 3, 4, 5 wide. Oh
Kenny.
my God.
Kenny!
Kenny's gonna
Kenny.
lose a lot of spots, but
He
look,
just fell back to 9th.
and look at the battle between Sikkim and IFU. They're side by side.
Oh, look, if I'm the field right now, I'll be taking advantage of trying to pass Kenny because this is probably the only few shots that they have passing him.
Man, and Sikkim, we've not seen much from him, but yet these two are going side by side for the lead. Going, oh, we're seeing some crunching.
Contact!
Oh, my
contact,
LA
4
Clash
wide,
moment
4 wide,
back there.
4 wide, they're 4 wide!
4 wide. Oh my gosh. And there goes my card. They're 3, 4
They're
wide.
still there.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy. And there goes Nike. Jesus, this is crazy right now. And McCarr's going to give Kenny the bumper.
Oh, he's letting him know he's there.
How about this? Masopes is up to 3rd, I believe. If that's the right car that I'm looking at.
That is Speed.
No, that's
Speed.
somebody else. Speed, okay. They're both running black and orange cars. That's awesome.
One's got the Hard Rock Casino on there, while the other one's got like class of 2020 on there with Masopes. So, but
Hey, I haven't been in the broadcast booth in like 3 years, so give me a break.
I mean, touche. But yeah, look at the battle for the lead. Sickham's gonna is gonna bump IFU out of the way. That is not the case. These two are side by side. Meanwhile, the battle for 3rd. Look at Eric. Speed's gonna have to block Eric for him to be able to make the pass. And look at who's in the lead
What
now.
a shove! What a shove from T-Bird! Oh! Eric put Speed! Oh, they hit.
Oh. Sikkim takes the lead for the first time this race. And of course, now Eric's in the lead. And look who's back inside the top 5. That is Kenny.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Kenny just trying to find his rhythm again. He's not good under these restarts. He just gets moved, but he's going to try to find his way back up here as the battle for the lead rages on.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get back up to the lead real quick. As we do see them go side by side. Sikkim did get a chance to lead that lap, but you know that Sikkim's not going to give up. Excuse me.
Wow. You know, I'm surprised because Kenny was like in 10th place at one time, and now he's back in the top 5 with the leader still right in front of him.
Here comes Sikkim down there, and he did not catch the 39 in time. But
he made him look in his mirror a little bit. Now he's going to make the move right here. No, he isn't. He's going to make him look in the mirror again. Just filling up that rear view mirror of the 39 right now.
if I was IFU and if I was his teammates that were in the party with him, I would tell him just throw the mirror away at the moment because he's got a mirror full of the 68 of Sikkim right there. And Sikkim's not going to be able to make it there in time, but yet look who's getting closer. You see the 16, you see the 19, you see the 92, those three drivers. But here comes Sikkim. Sikkim's going to be able to pull a move right there. He's going to cut it in deep in there. And it looks like Sikkim's going to take the lead. Oh, IFU!
Oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad.
Oh, my God.
Kenny is hurt.
Oh, this is bad.
Oh.
Speed is involved. Kenny's involved.
Wow.
Oh, my.
Oh, my goodness. Things just changed up a bit. Go ahead, Jim.
I'm looking at Kenny's car right now. Not a ton of damage, but that right side, it pancaked the wall. He's got to have something on the right side.
Wow. Well, road courses in this game sucks sometimes, and I think that was our first victim of getting loose off the corner.
We saw that, and I understand from IFU's point of view, he tried to be able to dive it right in there on Sikkim, but yet it backfired, and he got really loose. Pretty much hit a couple of cars, and look at the length of Sikkim's lead right now. He is just pulling away from the field. If I can be able to find him, that'd be really great. There you see him, the 68. It looks like T-Bird's going to be your second. What a race we're seeing. And, of course, I know Sikkim's been working very, very hard. I mean, we've seen the ups and downs between what's happened with him in the Truck Series. But if you know Sikkim, you know that this is a really great moment for him to get a chance to lead this race, to show that he's proven to all admins and all team owners.
Three wide, McCard, Kenny, and Eric.
But he's still got it there. So as soon as I get to Eric there, it'll be really great. There you see it there. Yeah, Kenny, Ricard, and Eric.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off there, but that battle was getting heated. And Kenny, again, we saying his name. He's, I believe right now he's second place.
No, that'll be third. This is the battle for third because T-Bird is in second. And if things go Sickham's way, he's going to win the stage. But the battle for third is getting really heated up at the moment. And something I noticed here, guys, is that, we're not focusing on the lead now because we're seeing different battles that these drivers desperately need to make, especially with Kenny. He went from down to 10th place at the start of the stage, and now, even if after that little contact he made with 39, he's somehow still in third there, Jim.
I know Jack is smiling ear to ear seeing his driver running second right now. T-Bird, we don't really see him up front in the Xfinity series at road courses. We saw it. We did see it at GMS when he was racing for GMS at Watkins Glen. We saw him up front, but he kind of went absent at the road courses. Here he is back up front, having a really good run so far.
Yeah, I would say so far. I think we still have plenty of couple of green flag laps here at Road America. In case you guys are just now tuning in, Papa Musa, Big Jim, and Jake inside the booth here for coverage of the Xfinity Series race at Road America. We've seen a couple of different lead changes. We saw IFU pretty much get loose, and of course we're seeing a battle between McCard and Eric. McCard's going to lose a couple of spots right there as well.
Yeah, we gotta go back on the IFU incident. I don't know how far he's back. I gotta say he's probably right now in last place. But
he's actually right behind Speed Racer at the moment. It didn't really affect him because he's battling with Brody at the moment.
But nonetheless, he did get put back a little bit from that little mishap. So IFU is gonna have to work through traffic. I think he can put a little contention to Kenny. But with that being said, he's going to have to drive a little bit more aggressive than, like Kenny. Because, he's right there. He's literally right there. He can take the lead, take a nice Sunday drive. While Aitu's back there, who I believe can make a really good contention to him.
We have a slow car on the racetrack. That is the 15 of VT Hokies, our beast. Something happened. I don't know what's going on with the 15, but
RFK didn't put enough fuel in it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he is slow.
Dylan, what are we doing?
He is slow right there on the front stretch going into turn one. As let's go ahead and get to our leader at the moment.
Mechanical failure.
I'm so sorry as far as if you're an RFK fan, but Sickham is going to be is doing really good. Got himself a really solid lead over T-Bird at the moment here in stage number 2, and we'll see if that is the end of the stage. I don't know if that is or not. But, man.
You know what?
Go ahead.
You know what? Speaking of this 15, I wonder if we had radioactive, what's happening right now.
He's probably trying not to do an extra lap, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, he's just going to park right over there in the sand trap.
Yeah, and that is the end of the stage. That is the end of the stage. Sickham does win stage number 2. And, of course, let's go ahead and get to T-Bird. I think T-Bird's going to be in second place. And Eric, I believe, is going to be finishing in third. So what a top 3 this is. No, never mind. It's Kenny. It's Kenny up there in third. So my apologies. So Sickham, T-Bird, and Kenny.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. I think I got word from the crew chief of the 15 that it was a power issue. They switched to the second engine, or the it's probably not second engine. The second battery, and it's back up and firing. So the 15 is good, but slight moment of heart attack there for RFK.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch out for that. I don't think that Mustang or that is not doing well right now.
Jim, if you had a ball head, and I'm pretty sure Mick Reynolds would be proud of you for doing that. So, yeah, thank you for the call on the 15. But yet, so far we've had IFU winning in stage 1, and of course, now here it is, the third and final stage. See who's going to be our race winner. Sickham's got himself a really good lead, but he's going to be leading us back to green. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Stage 3. Who's going to be our winner here?
Here we go. Surprise. Kenny.
Gonna have some fireworks here in turn 1.
Oh, yes. A lot of fireworks. Since we already see a little bit of punts.
Oh,
Kenny!
Kenny's gonna take it.
Oh,
my God.
Oh,
Look at McCard up to third.
There's a big wreck.
They're wrecking. They're wrecking. Oh my gosh,
Oh, they're really
Masopes,
wrecking.
Hendrick. Oh my lord, we're seeing a lot of
What?
chaos and carnage here, and they're still green. They're still together. And Electric Days is on the end of it. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my god, they're about to wreck again. Oh, the 10. The 10.
Redfield misses. Oh.
Oh my gosh. And look at the battle for second. McCart's getting a second. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Did you guys expect that?
No. No.
I did not expect that. Well, surprise, no manual or no game caution.
There are no cautions. I don't think in here in road courses. I believe.
Ooh.
No in-game cautions.
No.
Well.
So we're still green with Kenny leading over McCard. There's a really huge battle for second, or sorry, for third at the moment. Ivy gets involved again! T-Bird puts it to the wall. Oh my gosh. We gotta get to Ivy real quick. Oh my gosh. He's still going, thankfully, but he made contact with the 98 of T-Bird. So Ifew's not having himself a really good run. I think at an insult to injury, Masopes tried to make things worse for him. But here comes Killer as he tries to be able to do that. Let's go ahead and get back to the battle for a second here, because this has been a wild race.
Battle for second is right because Kenny has checked out.
It's a
It is a manual caution though.
Manual caution. Wow. After what we saw in turn one, after what we saw with Ifew, this was a really good call by our race control. Good job on the call there, guys.
I know Kenny didn't want to see that. He was gone by like 2 seconds, and he was going to set some new fastest